So I can sit here before you, in front of you, from all aspects, having understanding every side. The struggle, the unfair racial profiling, having to grind and earn when your surroundings just seem as if it's impossible for you to sprout from that. I've experienced all of these. My conclusion on that is, in the end, every single individual has a choice, and those choices that we make dictate where our life goes, what we think, what we do, and what we become. And we can control that. Every one of us. Guys, just driving home. Just left the gym, and this is a very updated video, so I assume everybody understands everything that's taking place right now around the country with all of the different protesting / riots / looting. And as a business owner, it's important for me to understand what's going around the surroundings, and just kind of being around to monitor safety. And that's going to take me back to the individuals that are actually the ones that are causing the rioting, the looting. Again, not the people protesting. Protest is good. Protest gets things done. Like I've always said, when we're strong together in numbers, we can do whatever we want. But right now, what's taking place is a very, very unfortunate incident that's happened, and has happened plenty of times before. Caused these protests to take place very quickly over the last few days, and they started to garner a lot of attention. And just as we've seen in the past, you're going to get the people out there that come out that aren't there to protest, that don't really care about the cause. They want to capitalize on a situation where attention is around, and they can do exactly what it is they want to do, and that's steal, cause anarchy. Neither one of those actions is protesting. Neither one of those actions you can tie in any way your shape you want to look at it. It does not tie into showing your part and doing your part for a very unfortunate incident that took place. There's no connection there whatsoever. And I wanted to talk to you individuals, mainly the ones that feel that you're being profiled, you're being a victim, that you don't have a fair shake at life that others do, maybe certain different colors, certain areas we grew up in. And there comes a time and point where you just stop putting trust in people. You definitely stop putting trust in the government. Decide to take actions into your own hands. Hence the rioting, the getting your voice heard, the getting your actions shown, because we've had enough mentality. I want to talk to that crew. Again, I grew up in an area that was rough. I didn't have everything. I had enough. My entire surroundings, we grew up with in life before the internet really became what it was. So it was an entirely different mindset, entirely different culture as far as this social aspect goes. Everything was different. You had to be hands-on in a sense, to where you weren't able to express yourself behind a keyboard if you were a quiet person, if you were somebody that wasn't confident in themselves. There was one way for you to get your voice heard. Enter social media, and that's changed. It's changed a lot. It's changed a lot of people. But more than that, it's exposed a lot of people. People being who they are in the environments they're in, with nowhere to get to scream, to let it out, to voice your opinion. This gave everybody an even platform to do. And some people took advantage of it in a positive way. Some people took advantage of it in a negative way. The same thing is taking place with protesting, getting our voices heard, and robbing, stealing, just causing chaos for no reason. And I understand what you think your reason is, but let's take a walk down a very similar path we can all comprehend. Every single building that is being destroyed and being looted is owned by somebody. That person that owns that didn't just snap their fingers and appear this vision, this dream, their entire life they've thought about doing. It doesn't happen like that. When somebody is robbing or looting a business, a small business, you're looting and robbing an individual person. You're ripping their heart out and tearing into their soul, and right into their finances, right into the family's well-being, to that person's well-being. A lifetime of hard work, a lifetime of patience, To get to the point where somebody can work doing something they love, hence not working at all, living your dream, for that to just be destroyed because a couple of people want to take advantage of a situation, and instead of expressing themselves to help a cause, they go and do the exact opposite, laughing about it the whole time, being very selfish in a situation that really is a situation where we all need to come together as one, not individually try to come out of this on top with new shoes, with a new shirt, with a new TV. You know, there's people that their entire lives are inside these four walls, these businesses, their well-being, that's how they support themselves. It's who they are, it's who we become. It consumes you. I'm a gym owner, a business owner. I understand what it feels like when your gym or your business is doing good and when it's doing bad. You don't turn it off and turn it on. It's not how it works. It becomes a part of you, what becomes a child of yours. And you'll do anything to make sure it survives and to make sure that you're able to continue to offer a service if that's the industry you're in my case, a gym. The business is helping people get into shape. The business is creating community, a sense of second home for people, a outsourced family that we choose to be a part of. And if you are going in there and destroying something like that because you want to take advantage of a real cause, well, you're being very selfish and you're not even thinking straight, because you're going to have a family member that owns a business, and if you don't rob in their neighborhood, you assume that it's going to be all good because you're not wearing the shoe of the person that you're robbing. You don't understand what their little small 2-minute window of excitement to steal does for this person over the following months, years, if they even survive. We need to flip that role, because all we're doing is hurting each other. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking to one specific type of person. Male, female, adult, kid, any ethnicity, because this has nothing to do with that. The situations that are taking place, you know, they weigh heavy in situations where a minority tends to be coming out on the wrong end of the stick. But there's a lot of us that understand what your mindset shifts to when you see something like that. Nobody, not anybody on this planet, with the exception of a few people that just simply need mental help, wants to see something like that take place and then see somebody get away with it. Everybody wants justice. You know, it doesn't matter what the person looks like, where they're from. These are human beings. In a situation where something is unfair, it's simply unfair, which is the situation that we've had upon us. It's very unfair for people to take advantage of a situation, which is a good cause of protesting, you know, in a non-violent way, to bring violence over to that. And now you're just piggybacking off the protest, which you're overshadowing the entire purpose to begin with. These protests are popping up with people that are doing it to try to get their points across and to voice their opinions. And then you have these people coming in and trashing it and bringing in all of the chaos, overshadowing everything that they're trying to do. All the while destroying people's lives by way of stealing, by way of destroying, just by way of bringing that negativity over to an area which needs the exact opposite. You need to be ashamed of yourself if that's the mentality that you have. I don't care what you think, you're not right if that's what you think has to be done. You can't sit here and tell me enough's enough, everything has been done. No, that's not true at all. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. You do not let somebody else dictate your life. You don't depend on other people to try to bring peace into your life. You create that your own self. Which takes me back to, we all have a choice, no matter where you're from. I'm speaking from experience. I've been there. I grew up in a bad area. I didn't have a lot, but I had enough. You know, I grew up around people that had to literally fight for their life every single day. I grew up with people that didn't have to fight for their life every single day, but they chose to. It's two different mentalities, two different mindsets that come from the same world. Really about your perspective, how you want to look at things. All right? Because when we do this to our own people, and our own people, I mean human beings, because that's what we all are, and all our lives matter equally. And there should be a protest just on peace in general, and it always should be that way. When you bring chaos and violence and anarchy into the equation, everything goes backwards. Everything that the people are trying to do, it's being unwinded. And all that's happening is it's over and over. Every generation is just following, doing the same exact thing. Where's the change going to be? Who's going to make that change? Who's going to do something different? There's got to be something else to do, figuring out a different way, because this way doesn't work. It's never worked. It causes separation. It causes turmoil, and it causes pain, and it causes death, either literally, financially, or just overall an emotional negativity that it does to people that it takes a long time to recover from in a lot of different ways. So just by observing what's taking place, there's so many people that don't even know what they're doing or understand what they're doing, but that's fine, whatever. If you're out there to support because your friends are, and you're doing it peacefully, and you're just being another body to enhance the crowd size, do that, that's fine. When you start to turn left, turn right, jump over the fence, and you start to do things that you know are not right, but you're doing it anyways because YOLO, boy, your mindset is incorrect, and you need to check yourself. We need to check each other and our families and our loved ones, because we all need to be on the same page. And that's just always peace. That's just always everybody being healthy and everybody being on the same playing field to have choices to make something of ourselves. We're not here to destroy people that are trying to do that. Let's shape up. We got to do this. There's too much going on right now. And turning on each other has never produced anything good. For sure, nothing great. And we need that right now. We need good people to become great and make some changes.